Ireland, and today is the first day outside in the real world of 2024, and man, it feels epic. So I'm just doing a bit of a climb outside of my local village. Nothing major, just pumping out a steady 300 watts. And man, it's such a beautiful spring day. It feels good to get out on the road and see the real world. Now there's also another reason. It is my laptop that I use for streaming. It has an issue, to say the least. So I need to get left in to get resolved. So I'm not going to be able to do live streams anymore. And as some of you might already see, I'm rocking the new Rothai spring long sleeve jersey. I'm just putting it through its paces. See what it's like, how it washes. Oh, I'm getting a bit excited here. 320 watts. Should calm down now. So some of the cool features of this jersey: double cuff, nice and neat, comfortable to wear, lovely soft aero type material, and fleeced on the inside. And it comes with a really good reflective power band at the bottom. Well, it's a black band with reflective strips through it as well. You'll notice the Rothai branded logo, and on the back pocket is the 4-leaf clover icon. Extremely comfortable to wear. So if you're interested in finding out more about the kit, leave a message in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Not too sure about a launch day yet. Still working through some testing of the garments. I've also got the bib tights, Rothai bib tights on. I'll show you later some images of the branding on them. It's fairly classy looking, quite understated. There we go, just nice and steady, tapping out roughly 300 watts. Up this climb. I say it's a climb, it's just a hill. I'm not going to lie and make you think I'm up in the calls. It's just a little hill coming out of my village. But for those that know Ireland, most hills are quite tough. And the grippy roads as well make for a good riding. So today I'm just doing a bit of a loop. I can't remember how long the loop is. I'm not too sure how long it's going to take. Maybe about an hour. I'll leave an image of the loop that I do in the video, and I'll leave a Strava link to it as well. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing getting out in the open roads. It's funny how much you miss it, you know. And yeah, it's a bit of a faff compared to just jumping on the bike indoors. bit more prep needed, but man, it is good. Fresh air, open roads. Well, sorry, I'm lucky when I live in the countryside. Pretty good open roads, hardly any traffic, so it's not that bad. I'm quite lucky. And the other exciting thing that I have about this ride is that I'm riding my old Novitec Jetfly H2 wheels with the VeloFlex to a Master 23s. Oh man, they feel good. I mean, they sit at about 25 on the rim, but we're going a bit old school and it feels good. I don't care if it's not aero, as long as it feels good for me, and that's what counts. And man, they look good. I'll take a little picture and share it in the video as well for you guys too. So today's really about getting out on the road. I'm not sticking to a workout. I'm not focusing on numbers. I'm just going out for enjoying it. Taking in the beautiful scenery that's around where I live, and just getting back to basics. Why I enjoy cycling. I mean, for me it's a mental clarity when I'm out on the road. That's what cycling gives me. Now it's fairly windy today, and hopefully the sound has been muffled well by my little earmuffs that I have on my Insta 360. I'll maybe share a picture of what it looks like. It's quite comical. It looks like koala ears. So I must say, I mean, I am noticing a difference going from the wheel tyre combination I had previously, which was a set of prime aluminium rims, roughly about the same weight as what I've got now, a little bit shallower, but also the Vittoria Rubino tubeless tyres. And yeah, there is a bit of a difference, you know. I could say it's bad or worse, it's just different. It feels like how I used to ride a bike, with the 23mm clinchers and tubes inside them, sorry. You know, you kind of get that feeling of something you know and are used to. Well, this is it. I like feeling everything that the road is giving me back through the feeling on these tyres. Is it the most comfortable? Probably not. I mean, I'm sure if I slap some 30s on, it can make a huge difference, but I don't know, I just find myself used to this feeling, and I like it. Do I really care if it's not aero? No, I'm not a pro cyclist. And you know, you can get so hung up on those marginal gains, and really, at the end of the day, just push the pedals harder. I mean, is it that difficult? I mean, marketing companies want you to believe it's difficult and complicated so they can sell you more stuff. And by getting this wider tyre that's going to save you 2 watts, yeah, that's good, but if you're a guy my size, it's not really going to make a difference. Nothing beats the feeling of crisp new cassette and chain combination. It's just crisp shifting. It's really good. So my problem is I switch between the turbo and my back wheel. So this cassette that I've got here on this wheel is 1132, and the one on my turbo trainer is 1134, and it's just different, you know. So I'm sure it's not the best, and I'm abusing the chain doing that, but I can't just keep going out and buying cassettes willy-nilly, spending money on those things like that. It's just a typical spring day here in Ireland. Kind of sunny, kind of cloudy, splats of rain. It's not that warm. Changeable weather, greasy roads, a whole mixed mash of stuff. But I don't know, there's something about this time of year that I just love. I love cycling in it. Another thing that I've changed on the bike is I've got a different saddle, and I've got an inline seat post, which is just pushing me ever so forward slightly, and it seems to work. Feel a lot more comfortable on the bike than I did. Not as stretched out. So I was watching the Nero show, the most recent one in March, and they were talking about, among other things, they were talking about the IGP Sport Bike Computer, and as it happens, that's the one I use. And a fraction of the price of a Garmin or Wahoo, and it's been an absolute great piece of kit for me, and the battery life is unbelievable. I mean, what brought my attention to it was Peak Torque. He had it, was using it, and he was totally rating the battery, and yeah, you can go days without charging it. It's really, really good. The maps are very good. You can upload your courses, your routes. Is the software, and what I mean by that is the app, is it as slick as Garmin's? Maybe not, but it ticks all my boxes, and I think it's like a 35 or 36 hour battery. And I was almost thinking about doing a 24-hour cycle at a stage for charity, and I was thinking that would be great for the job, and that kind of lent itself towards that. But even for doing those longer rides, you're not worried about your battery dropping. And it's got, you know, a multitude of screens that you can use. You can totally customize it to however you want it to, showing a whole manner of different stats. And it connects to all the apps that you would be accustomed to. Training Peak, Strava, today's plan, all that kind of stuff. It's colour screen, it's very good. You know you're in the countryside when you can smell that smell. For those that know, you know. Good for your lungs, they say. Certainly not your nose. So as far as a bit of an update to the MyWhoosh Structured plan, past week's been a bit of a disaster really. We've been getting a lot of work done in the house, and I've had to focus my attention on that. New bathroom suite and stuff going in. It's just taking up my time, with work and family stuff. So yeah, this past week's been a bit of a crap ride really. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Straight over, no hassle. Yeah, so as I said, training's not been so good, although with that being said, I have noticed a big increase in my fitness from the training that I have done. And that speaks volumes, because I think in total I've done just over half of the prescribed working that I'm meant to be doing, which is quite encouraging. So if I'd really stuck to the plan inside out and not went away to, you know, weekends away with the wife for anniversary and blah blah blah, you know, I'd see a lot more gains. But trusting in the process, it definitely works. I do think though that for the FTP test, I'm tempted to do it outside rather than on the indoor trainer. I just think I'm going to get a more valuable number out of that from cycling in the real world rather than on an indoor setup. I'm going to turn right here because I've never been on this road before. Oh no, I haven't, my boy road. I've come up it the opposite way. Just swallowed a fly. Part and parcel cycling outdoors. Yeah, because I'm noticing that I'm pushing well over 250 watts average on this ride. And it's not really phasing me, which is great news. But again, I'm going against what I said the ride was about. It's not about the numbers, but it's an observation more than anything, and a positive one. So what I'm also going to do in the video is I'll be sharing pictures of the Rothai kit, and I'd love to get your feedback. I'd love to see what you think of it. Brand, logo, style, colours, etc, etc. I accept all feedback, positive or constructive. I'm thick-skinned, I've worked in sales a long time. I don't take things personally. Everyone has an opinion. Even assholes. Just to the left of me, I can look right over to County Derry. Beautiful plains leading into the Sperrins. It's gorgeous. I'm really lucky where I live. I don't take that for granted at all. I find it really difficult hitting the brakes when I'm on the drops. It must be the shape of the handlebars or something, but I find it really hard to grab a hold of them. Ooh, didn't see that bump. Only lost the jewels. When you love the bike, bit of a downhill, smashing the pedals. Oh, nothing beats it. It's like being a kid again. Exhilarating. And the baby lamb's out. Love springtime. and there's actually a local forest near us in a place called Portlanon, and it's well known for springtime, the bluebells coming out and everyone going to take pictures. You always see parents taking photographers for photo shoots in there because there's just it's just a wash with beautiful bluebells, and it's a lovely, lovely, lovely sight. It really is. Now, you don't see many of these round and about. A lot of them were taken out over time, but I always think it's cool passing these old letterboxes. And you know, I mean, they're still in operation, people still collect from them. And the postman comes at the times allocated on there too. Need a bit of a dig here. Keep going to the top of this climb. Oh, now the sun comes out as I'm heading home. You can just feel that warmth that you get from the sun. You just feel that warmth that you get when the sun's beating down. I had to laugh at that. It reminds me of one of my first videos where we're talking about people waving when they're on the bike. The Nero show, we're talking about people getting pissed off when they don't wave back. And I was like, well, in Ireland, everybody waves at everybody, and everyone will wave back. And that there is just the proof of the pudding. The old guy waved, doesn't even know me. That's what I love about Ireland. It's like step back in time sometimes, and it's great. And welcome to the Sharkin. Bit of a last dig on this steady climb, real power climb. 600 watts.